Let's see. Can you guys hear me better today? I put a headset on. Hopefully that makes it a little better to hear me. I don't have to yell as much. Hey, Corey. Thanks for coming, buddy. If I speak too loud, please tell me. I'm not used to this thing. We'll give it a few minutes and see who else comes on this super gloomy Sunday. Hey, John. Thanks for coming. I forgot some of the other bits. No Grey Cup in this town. And I'm sure there's lots of people that are following football and stuff, so I'm not sure how many people will be here or just let it be watching that in the background or whatever. That's cool too. Hey, Jason. How's it going? You said 5:45. Oh, so it's not till later. Is that beer o'clock 5:45? Hey, Joey. I'm trying something different. I put my headset on, see if people can hear me a little better than me having to holler so bad from a distance away. So this is these are my Facebook Marketplace finds from the weekend. So this is Serio 21. So we'll have a look at that today. I know nothing about it, and the fellow that I got it from was a super nice fellow, but he hasn't run this for a very long time. So it's sat in a box, as well as this thing, for quite some time, as well as this Savage engine and the nice purple pipe. It's a complete setup, which I find was super screwy because he didn't even have a Savage. So I don't quite understand why he even had this in the first place. So it's a little bit, was a little weird for sure. And it's like it was just straight up ripped out of a Savage. It even still has part of the mount and everything on it, so it's a little odd. So it should be pretty interesting. Hey, Compass, thanks for coming. So I figured that this will be my new project. This it turns out that this is a Duratrax Raz ST. Thankfully, to one of the fellows on one of the forums could identify this thing, and then I looked it up on eBay and whatnot, and found some good pictures of it and stuff. So I have a better idea what's up. This thing's kind of like any of you car guys. This thing's kind of like an AMC vehicle, and it's kind of a mishmash between OFNA stuff, looks like HPI stuff, and a whole bunch of different manufacturers. So it's like it's got OFNA center diffs. Looks like it's got HPI ends, which suck because these are not great. It's got kind of looks like lightning control arms, like Hot Body's Lightning control arms. But it's got the world's spindliest strut towers, so it'll be interesting. I mean, it was super great. Oh, you're out for a walk with the dog, John. Right on. Yeah, so it should be super great project. That a lot of bits and pieces should fit it. So we'll see what it turns out like. But I figured it'd be a fun project to build together as a group, with all my other bits and pieces I have for everything else. So we can kind of make it a bit of a Frankenstein truggy of just everything else, right? You think this is a 25? Actually, I know nothing about this thing. It doesn't say anything on it. If it's the force, if it's the 25 or the 4.6, it's like 25 or the 28. It's kind of it's a little bit down on compression, I think, but I mean, I haven't tried to run it obviously yet, so we shall see what it turns out like. I mostly bought it for the pipe. I got a pair of the engines, a whole bunch of other shit that's over there, and then and this truggy and everything for $100. Hey Harold, thanks for coming. The pipe hanger this is off of 25. Oh, interesting. So yeah, like I said, I think this engine might be done. When I was talking to the Bug the other day, he was saying that the Dynamite 0.28 guts will fit the RTR one. So if that's the case, I do have a spare piston and sleeve for that engine. So that'll be interesting. I knew that'd be your kind of deal, Compass. But now this thing was probably the grossest fucking thing I've ever gotten as of yet. There was probably, like, and I'm not exaggerating, I bet you probably an eighth of an inch of shit across the top of this thing. I had to soak it in Castrol Super Clean and Simple Green, and then I had to take it outside and take the pressure washer to it and then bring it in and dry it off because it was so bad. It was so gross. Like, I had to take a scraper and clean all the crap out from inside of it and just kind of go to town on it. So but at least, like, the bones are good, the axles are straight, the diffs are good, the center diff is decent. I mean, check out the size of that center diff, like the spur gear and stuff. It's massive. Like, that's what made me think it was an OFNA, because OFNA tended to like to do that. But even then, I looked at my Jammins and they're not that big. Like, that's a massive spur gear. So, and I mean, it's not in too bad a shape now that I got it cleaned up, except for, like, the guy drilled some extra holes in it and stuff. So that's why I said this won't hurt my feelings too bad if I have to make some mods or have some fun with it. So, hey, RPM and HPI, thanks for coming. And then I picked up a new mat for my workstation today. So, not today, over the weekend. So yeah, it's been a busy day. I'm sure you guys can see my garage floor is all wet because my son had some car troubles this morning, so I had to bring his car in. He came in from the city so I could have a look at his car and change his winter tires over because it's snowing here and get him ready. It's just been a super hectic morning trying to get everything ready to go. But what do you guys want to tear into first? We can either pull one of these engines apart first, or we can start digging through the piles of parts and see what we can source for bits for this thing and do some servo testing. What do you guys feel like starting with? Yeah, does it sound better or worse, HPI? I'm hoping it sounds a little bit easier, a little bit better for you guys to hear me for a change instead of me sounding like it's so far away. And it should take some of that shrill noise away. Start with the easiest. Okay, we'll start with the servo testing. That's the easiest. Came with all that junk. I'll show you this other thing too, guys. You'll think this is funny. So it came with these hub adapters on them. I've never seen these type of hub adapters, but they pinch. They got Allen screws in here that pinch this hub, like that. But look at the size of them. Like they're huge. So you know, it's cool, but I've never seen that before, like that much. And then they have the threaded hex bit that goes in the end to hold it on. So it's interesting, but I've never. He had 1/5 wheels and tires on this thing. It's crazy. Sounds like a telemarketer. Yeah, I guess so, eh? Would you like to renew your Shaw subscription? Oh no, that's bigger than a 17 mil. I think that's. Well, let's check it. $24 mil. Yeah, 24 mil. You know, I think these might work on an MGT to put some of those other weird wheels I got on one. Those are big. Those are like Sen. Oh yeah, I think the 17 mil hubs will fit these. I think for like a truggy, I think I got some. So again, I don't know if anybody's purchased one of these. These things are worth their weight in gold. These little servo testers, they're so handy. And I just save these old AA battery packs for this tester. It works pretty slick. That one's dead. See if I can find a servo horn. Kicking around here, see if I can give it some turns and see if it'll wake up. I'm not optimistic. These were sitting in a bin of stuff for Christ knows how long. I just took them because he was like, take whatever you want. No, that one's done. Let's try this high tech. Nope, that one's toast as well. Oh, it's trying to work. Works going back in one direction. No, I think these aren't worth saving. Just double check my servo tester. Oh, I think this servo might be shot. Oh, no, there. That one works. Yeah, that one turns. So I know my tester works. Yeah, this servo does bupkis. Those are junk. There, binned. Now we will check this on-off switch. Make sure it works as well. It came with it. Man. Okay, so old eyes going on here. There. Ooh. Never mind. This switch is junk too. Doesn't even want to turn. Nope. That's junk too. I slowly clean some crap out here. No point in saving any of that stuff. Go straight in the garbage. Yep, there. Oh, this battery packs don't look so hot either. Look at that. It's all spliced together. That is junk. This tester, I just bought this off of Amazon. This was like literally like $20. They're awesome. Like the thing that I like the most when you're setting a buggy up, it has a neutral function. So when you hook your servos into it and then you hit the neutral function, it zeroes everything out on there before you hook all your servo horns up and everything, and then it lets you set everything up in a neutral position before you put it all together and then realize you're too far left or too far right. It works pretty slick. But there's multiple different options for these. Like you can buy super simple ones that they don't have the functions. So this one has an auto range as well as a manual range where you can just turn the dial and you can move it. So the thing I like is that the auto one will stroke all the servos, and this will do 3 servos at once. So, and again, I just keep one of the shitty battery packs for it, and it works pretty slick. And I keep it all in my charging bag. Hey, Ranks. Oh, that sucks, Ranks. It's stuck working. So, and then it came with these 2 engine mounts. This is a buggy mount. I don't think it belongs to this thing, but it actually looks like it'll fit, believe it or not. But it does hang into this hole here a little bit. So it would work, but it turns out these ones, like the OFNA style, are actually what's supposed to go in there, thanks to that fellow on the Nitro Enthusiast group. I think his name's Jose or something like that, but pointed out which ones they are, and I think I got some more of these kicking around. And then this one, I think this will only work with a bump start. So I could put that together and put that in there, but for now, I'd rather try and use the OFNA ones because I don't like the idea of that hanging out in the front. I could trim it off, just so that it doesn't hang into this hole. Again, I can do whatever I want with this particular kit. I'm not into it for a ton of money. So see if I can see if I got one of those. I think I got a little bin of bits that I got from the bug a while ago when we were doing some trading. Oh yeah, there we go. 1, 2, and these are Oh, they're shorter. Well, these are ones that I've drilled out. Those won't work. I don't think. No, those won't work. So I'll have to dig through my other stuff. I think I got another pair of mounts somewhere. I'll keep that separate though. I thought these ones would work because they're off of a jam and buggy. I'll have to look at my other pile of stuff. We'll get my pile of OFNA parts and have a look and see what we got. This is my just OFNA parts. See, I can change the control towers over, or the strut towers over to the OFNA style. There's a pillow ball set. There's a wing mount. I need that. It's missing. There's a wing. Center diff. Rear diff. Oh, fuel tank. Need that. I think that'll work. Geez, that'll actually fit right in there. A couple different fuel tank options. That's a jamming tank. A little bigger. Won't clear the... That one's a little better. There's a radio tray. Hyper 7 radio tray. Yeah, this is just OFNA parts. Ooh, that'll fit in there nicely. That fits in there just like stock. There's a set of Hyper 7, Hyper 8 control arms, or geez, you know that'll fit. Hey, you think the gold looks better than the blue? That beefs that front end up substantially. What do you guys think? Oop. You think the gold would look good? I got a set of gold ones. Let's see here. Yeah, I know. I hoard lots of parts. So that's a few parts. There's some stock rebuild kits. Got a whole bunch of brand new, non-opened. Oh, there's brake shoes. Those brakes are toast. Brand new brake shoes, OFNA parts, still in the bag. Those will work for the brakes. Set of axles. Oh, I think there's a set of hubs. Yep. 1, 2, 3. I think I got some new ones in here somewhere. Oh, engine mount screws. New set of pillow balls. Oh, the radio tray cover. Oh, here we go. Wheel hubs. 17 mil. Brand new. See if I got another set in here somewhere. Oh, Hyper 8 control arms. Hyper 8 control arms. This is all hot bodies. this is why I was saying, so when I was looking in this box, or in this bag, the control arms for the rear look exactly like that. Yeah, this thing is 100% a Hot Bodies ripoff. Yeah. So I actually have a set of control arms for that. Oh, there's another set. I think between that set and that set, should have some hubs. Oh, there's carbon brake shoes. Oh, there we go. I think I found a set of engine mounts. Where's that engine mount? There we go. Now we're cooking. I have a set. Brand new. It's been in that bag for a long time. There. That should be 90% of the parts anyway. I thought I had a new wing in here, but I think I gave it to a friend of mine. Oh, Joe, I forgot. I got brand new Offness springs. You should measure those springs and let me know what size they are. I bet you I got. Hey, look at that. There's something you don't see every day. I got a carb rebuild kit for a Hyper 21. That's probably worth some money. Mm-hmm. Oh, sway bar. That's missing too. Now, if I just could find a carb rebuild kit for an MGT in here. Oh, there's the other sway bar. Another set of springs. I don't see another set of hubs in here anywhere. Yeah, it springs out the wazoo. No complete shock body, so that's what I was looking for. There's something, I didn't know I had. Servo horns, the factory ones with the adapters. Oh, there's a set of pillow balls. Okay, I need those two. All right, that's a good start. And this is just one bin of my Offner parts. I got another whole bin of Hyper stuff. Offner Hobeo stuff. There, that's a good start. Wish I should dig through my stuff a little more before I go to town to see if I can find purple ones of these instead of the blue. Otherwise, she's going to end up as a hot mess. Are you laughing because of my headset? Their Compass online sales service is what it sounds feels like anyway. I'm super curious to see what this cereal is going to look like inside. It feels good, but sorry to skip around a bunch. It's kind of like I got ADHD today. Not that screwdriver. There, that one. Anybody that does any of these engine rebuilds or works on any of this old Italian stuff, see how they have flat blade screws? So if you go to an electrical supply store, these are terminal screwdrivers. They fit these flat blade screws very well, and they don't slip. So if you, and you, so any electrical supply store, you can buy these terminal screwdrivers, and I'm sure John would know exactly as well. So these are great. They are the best thing I've found for taking the screws out of this Italian stuff. They don't slip. They don't screw up. Because I used to switch these screws out religiously with hex screws, and now that I've found these screwdrivers, I find that I don't have to. Yeah, they're actually, John, they're actually free issue at my work. So the electricians hook me up with these ones. Just they break them off or nuke them or whatever into contacts, and they got bins of them. Let's see what this is going to look like inside. See, it's going to look like a swamp, or what is it going to look like? Hey, it turns over nice, but God only knows what we're going to find. Oh, somebody's an orange RTV guy. Man, I hate that. Oh man, it's spotless. That's crazy. I didn't expect that. Check that out. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That thing is clean as a whistle. That's nuts. That thing is spotless. It just smells like super old nitro. It's not, I don't even think it had any after run oil in it. That's nuts. Let's see what the top end looks like. Oh, I think it might have hex screw. Yeah, somebody converted the head screws to hex. Oh, I didn't say hi there, Raw. Thanks for coming, buddy. This is a Serio 21 that I picked up off Facebook Marketplace. Again, I got this one and this purple HPI engine and this Duratrax Truggy in front of me for $100 for everything. Super nice fella in Calgary. They're trying to move. They're an older couple and they're trying to move out of Calgary, and they were downsizing, so they were really nice people. So you love. That's part of the reason I like doing these. Going around Facebook Marketplace and looking for these things. You meet some really cool people. Nice and gentle. Man, it's clean. I don't even know if I want to pull that apart, Oh, the sleeve moves. Holy shit. I have never had, oh man, this is an AB, this is a nickel sleeve. Shit. Hey? I've never, man, I can't tell you the last time I've had a sleeve pull out with my pinky. Look how clean that is. Not a speck. Man, I don't even think that's nickel. That's aluminum. It's got amazing pinch. Stops right there. Huh. I did not think that that would be a ABN engine. That is so light. There's no weight to that. Huh. A little bit of buildup in there, but it's pretty clean. It's a balanced crank too. That's what I'm thinking, Ross. Somebody took some time and took this. Like they did a great job cleaning. If they took this apart, they did a great job and they didn't break anything. It's it's clean as a whistle. It doesn't smell like Afron oil. It just smells like really old nitro. Yeah, like check this out. Like look at this sleeve. I have some ABN sleeves, but I've never seen one. This I swear this is aluminum. Like there's no weight to this. It's like that thing's got to be a half a gram. Like look at the top of the piston. It's clean. A little bit of color from running it, but nothing nothing substantial. Back of the buttons clean. I'm just gonna grab a piece of fuel line, see if the carburetor's clear or if it's plugged. I'm gonna have to do some research on this engine. It didn't say that it was ABN when I did some research on it. Carburetor's clear. It's not full of fuel. The needles are set in a different, decent position. So, a big old carburetor, kind of like an old OS carburetor or a Pico carburetor. Yeah, that's a Pico carburetor. Because I got a couple old Picos that are like that. Yeah, I agree, Compass. That's all it looks like, eh? Break-in tanks, and that's it. But you'd think this would be cleaner. It's just, mind you, all depends if they run it on a race circuit or not. But that's interesting. He even had the clutch on it. It's an old 3-shoe clutch, but that's crazy. Put that back together. I don't even want to knock that crank out of there. I don't think I have to. I thought that I was going to end up fighting tooth and nail to get that crank out of there, or get that sleeve out of there, with given how long it had sat for. The guy said he had this in a buggy, and then he hit a tree, and that was the end of the buggy that he was running at the time. Man, Bush is in there so nice. Two head shims, so he must have run 30% is my guess. See if that glow plug works. I'll grab a glow igniter. Oh yeah, glow plug works. Weak, but it works. Wonder if that's a turbo plug or a... Or not get ahead of myself and forget the head shims. You know, I would have thought so, Joe. When I went there, I was kind of digging through his stuff that he had, and everything was just a dog's breakfast of shit. That it was just all over the place. Like he had, it looked like it had been picked through and kind of moved around 100 times over the years, and there was like 5 different kits mixed in with this truggy, and just in various states of complete dismantlement. And there was some Traxxas stuff, there was some electric stuff, there was 1/5 stuff, there was all kinds of shit. And it's funny, I exchanged phone numbers with them because apparently this guy has somewhere in his pile of stuff, he has a bunch of 1/5 stuff. So I'm hoping that and he said he'd call me when he gets it all together, and I'll probably go back and buy the 1/5 stuff as well. Not that I'm really big into the 1/5 stuff, but surprised I didn't get more, Joe. Well, you know, I didn't want to overstay my welcome. They were he had to go to work shortly when I was there, and so I didn't want, like I said, didn't want to overstay. And they were super nice people. And he was on his way out the door. It was like 2 something in the afternoon, and he had to go to work for 3. So I was I was only there originally to pick up the engines, and I managed to bug him enough to get some other stuff. Um, and then I end up with this gem, which will be, like I said, it'll be super interesting. It's so smooth. I can't believe it. I would have figured, like I said, I didn't know what I was going to expect when I opened this up, to be honest with you. I kind of expected it to be a fucking mess, but I'll take it. Nothing's seized. Oh, exactly, Joe. Like I'm into Calgary enough that I can stop by and see these people. I got their phone numbers and stuff, so I'll let them contact me. I won't bug them. Same as I'll let him set the price and whatnot, and then I'll go see him. He's reasonable. He's definitely not unreasonable with his prices. This was kind of a crapshoot. This buggy engine is just that I was in Calgary anyway. I'm getting not letting, but my wife was in getting her hair done. So I was kind of looking for something to do. So, just went on the old Facebook Marketplace and lined myself up some meetings and then found this. Yeah, there. Super nice. See if I can find some caps for the seal this thing up before it gets, now that it's been out in the open forever and ever. I don't know what size exhaust pipe that's for, but that's crazy. This thing kind of reminds me of an old school, like on-road versus a buggy engine. See if I got one for the, oh, there's one. For the fuel, there. Keep that hot rod sealed up. Oh, not far, Compass. I actually don't live. If you go to the Montana border, for me is about a little under an hour to the Montana border for me, for the Roosevelt border. Yeah, I will. I'll give this a. But actually, now that I got the head button back on, let's pull this glow plug out. I'm curious to see if it's a turbo plug or not. Oh, it is a turbo plug. Decent. Yeah, I used to go into, kind of pre-COVID, I used to go into Kalispell all the time. It's been a little while now. Whew. Put that oil in there, gave her, she's got some pinch now, eh? And give that a bit of a clean later. That'll be a great engine. Stay tuned. We'll see where we stick this in next. That'll be sweet, I think. I'll have to be careful with it. Obviously, you can't run high nitro fuel in that. Like, you probably run 30%, but I don't think I'd want to run 30-10. I'd probably run some of that 30-16 I got in that. All right. What do you think? Do you think we'll be as lucky with that hot rod? Hey, you. Thanks for coming. Let's see. You can't possibly get that lucky twice, right? Give me that purple fuel tubing. Oh, carburetor's clear. Don't see anything in there. No shrapnel anyway. Place your bets. Place your bets. Is it good or is it fucked? Oh, no worries, Hugh. You going to just pop in and out, or you just going to just popped in to say hey? Oh, that one-way bearing is sacked. Woo. That'll be a change out. First things first. I'll pull this engine mount off. Thanks, Hugh. Appreciate the props. Yes, if everybody wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great. Not that, like I said, not that we get monetized in Canada, but I sure do appreciate it. Which Sen is it? HPI'd? The Mini is tough to find parts for. I'll tell you that much. I do have some parts for it, but not many. No, from the research I've done, everybody tells me you can't get monetized in Canada. I would like to try and get up to that 500 sub range. You know, I'm still only small fries at 215 compared to some of you other fellas, but I'm not one of those people that are like sub to my channel. You know, always a Sen 7. Well, what do you need for that? I know that John has that one of his, and I'm sure if you talk to John, you guys can, between the two of you, with that one that I'm going to be sending him whenever Canada Post is off strike, then you guys could probably, between the two, you can make parts to get both running. Yeah, I think you're right, Bob. I think there's a few people, I think, but I think you got to be an insane amount of subs before they'll even consider it. Ooh. Yeah, here you go. See, I knew it was you could do it, but you need like Kevin Talbot stuff. Yeah. If anybody on these YouTube forums thinks they're going to be world famous, like John said the other night, you're smoking the crack. Yeah, that's right, Bob. No titties, no money. I'm gonna get some really ugly feet and make an OnlyFans account just to pay for my RC cars. There. That mount was on there. Those screws were Loctite, fought me the whole way out. All right. I don't even want to be rich and famous. I would just love it if you made enough of a pittance to pay for the hobby. Would be ideal. You know, if a fella can, anytime a fella can make his hobby self-sustaining, is a win in my book. Oh, cheese boggered. Wow, that is trash. Hey, you guys got to see this. I don't think I've ever seen a rod look like that for a while. Hey, check this out. That thing's beat out like a $3 hooker. Look at that. I'll see if I can hold it. Wow. That is toast. There's no bushing left in that at all. Which is crazy because it's got not horrible pinch, but I bet you it's not even throwing it to the top. I bet you that crank's not even any good anymore. Holy man. That thing either got screamed to the moon or somebody ran that so lean it was ridiculous. Holy smokes. Yeah, the pinch feels okay, Raw. Like you're right, it's not horrible. But like if I push it up inside and I push it to the end of the stroke, yeah, it's got decent pinch. It's just the rod is absolutely knackered. You know, I might have a rod for that. Oh, there's the pin for the. I better pull that little spring out of there too before I lose that thing. There. I want to lose those AOG. That's the last thing you want to lose. Drop it on the floor, you never see it again. Holy man. I turned that furnace up earlier. Oh, it's cooking me. Long side. You know, I had a feeling it was toast when I bought this. That's kind of what I told the guy because it didn't feel like it had great pinch. I told him, I says, I'll buy it off you. I said, but I think it's going to be done. And he's like, oh. And I showed him, and he's like, oh, okay, I get it. It's done. Mm-hmm. Somebody's been in here trying to save this thing. There's not even any color on the top. So I don't know what happened there. It's weird. It doesn't even look like it was ever run. Yeah, it's not even coming close to the top of the piston because of the rod being as jacked up as it is. It's spotless inside. See how hard this piston comes out of here now. There. Yeah, it's like no, like I said, there's no color. Lots of pre-detonation at the top. Looks like it was run lean. Like the top of that looks like a gravel road. But the sleeve is good. Man, I was just about ready to split that rod. Look at right there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's crazy. Bearing's good. It's clean inside. Yeah, it looks like maybe somebody just put a new piston in it. There's no marks on it. It's clean. Oh, look. So now if Luke's right, this should be, which he often is, this should be the same piston as sleeve. This is an RTR. It's a bigger rod, but it's the same length, same diameter. Huh. The sleeve's a little bit different. I don't know. Do you guys know if that rod would work? It's a little different. So same length, same size piston, just not fucked. Hey? Let's see if that goes on this. I know this, I'm not going to use this piston, but I'll throw it on here and see if it goes onto the, I know this engine that this piston came out of was an RTR OFNA engine actually, which is the same as a Dynamite. Oh man, it's still like a hot dog down a hallway. It's better, but it's, see what else I got that's the same. See now, Luke said that this engine, this is the old Force. Just I stuck this head on here, but this is an old Force, which I think is pretty much the same. Even if you look at the back plate and everything, it looks the same. And it had the same starter getup in it. So this one might. Yeah, I wondered about that HPI. I bet the crank is shot because I have to wonder if it whittled that crank down. That's why I'll see if I can find one that's not hammered real bad. I know this engine is done. I'm glad I didn't just try and start that thing. That would have come apart. Try and keep these parts over here so I don't lose them. I don't have to be as careful with this engine. I know it's trashed. I just want the rod. Trying to decide if it goes from rain to or snow here. I hate tearing multiple engines apart in the same stand. I'll end up getting everything all mixed up. Oh, bye, Joey. Thanks for coming, though. I do appreciate it. Okay. Was $40. I missed that. Oh, Compass. Another Compass deal. Need to put a clutch nut on this. Bear with me for 1 sec there, fellas. Where'd my 8mm wrench go? There it is. Okay. Okay. Now, that looks the same. Yeah, that looks more like it. Now, see if this crank is boogered. Ooh, that'll work. I guess the crank is harder than the, yeah, nice and tight. Harder than the rod, so that we should be able to make that work. Interesting. Thanks, Luke. Save my bacon again. Now, many people have much luck pulling these little stupid springs out of here. This is my nemesis. I am not very good at that. Big fat mechanic fingers and little tiny springs. Corey, I missed that, would you? All right. Let's see if I can not shoot this friggin' thing to the moon. At least I got spares if I fuck this up. What's everybody else working on today? Football. That's a good thing to work on. Man, I hate taking these little clips out. I know Luke makes this look so friggin' easy. I don't think it's in there. I can't even see it. You know, I think it's gone. Yeah, it wasn't even in there. I'm digging for it, and the friggin' thing wasn't even in there. I remember the groove goes to the open end of the piston. Well, I was like digging and digging, going, where the frig is that stupid clip? And then I'm like, where is it? Where is it? It's not even in there. That's nuts. This one has it. Clean the smuts off the end of my pliers. You watch now, I'll send this flying. I'll have to turn my headset off in a minute because you guys will just hear me cursing. Get this thing rebuilt just so I can sell it to John. True, Hugh, true. Man, I can't even grab that clip. Didn't want to come out of there. I can see it. Doesn't want to move. Push that down in there a little further. See if it'll let that come free. Just want to come out of there. Oh. I felt it hit my hand. I swear it came out of there. I wish these were like a snap ring and not these spin clips. No, must still be in there. Ow, that's a hole in my finger. No, I don't see it in there anymore. Yeah, I think she... Man, I hate those stupid little clips. There it is. Got it. Oh, there's the blood from my finger. Yeah. One piston and rod. Not fucked. Let's see, which way does this go in? No. There's that little clip. Found it. There. Goes in a lot easier than it comes out. And I don't know how many times I've stabbed myself in the finger. I think I might have put a couple marks on that, right by that hole. Clean that up a smidge. We're trying to see if we can make one engine out of two rinks. See if we can. So this HPI engine that I was took apart, the connecting rod was completely shot. So we're trying to see if we can make. I had an old Force engine that I took the rod out of that the piston was shot in, and now we're trying to see if we can make one out of two. Like I said, the Bug 404 showed me that some of this Force stuff is pretty interchangeable. So I was figured, what the hell? Got nothing to lose. It's shot now anyway. So I'm going to give that a bit of a clean before I stuff it back in that hole. Well, that's the good thing about this hobby, though. I mean, you don't pay for your own time. So if you can save yourself a few dollars, why not? Hey? Holy Christ, that's got good pinch now. Hey? Huh. What do you think, guys? Should we stuff her back together and stick her on the old test stand and see if it actually makes some smoke or what? You don't think it'll work, Franks? It will either work or it's raw. It got, yeah, like I said, man, it's all used bits, so I mean, fuck it, right? So it's either going to work or it's not. Like, I think we're going to have to change that old one-way bearing though before we stick this back together. That thing is fucking toast. No, no, no. I thought it was. I thought that was hammered. I think we'll just give her a little clean. I stand corrected. Well, this brake clean's going to feel good on that poke mark in my finger. Mm, nothing like brake clean in a wound. Yummy. That's what I thought too, Rinks. I thought it was a no-way bearing there for a minute, but we'll see what it does. We'll throw this together. Like I said, we'll throw it on my T-Max test stand. See what it does. Oh, glow plug's still good. Yeah, I don't like putting those in like that. That just makes me nervous. I'd rather put the screws in by hand. Hey, all aspects. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Raw, I don't know if these engines are. I know they're just a force engine, but when they run, they seem to run not bad. I got that one in my Savage X. Actually, it's a pretty good mill. I've never had to touch it really. It holds a tune good. Oh, 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 wait, next to the Lysol wipe. Nice. That burn. That's kind of the feels good on the whole type thing. Not really, but all right. Go through that one more time. Tight, tight. There. All right. We'll pull that glow plug out. Give that a little bit of extra lube down there. It's an OS plug. That's a good deal. Yeah, it's not an Amazon plug. It actually says OS on one side and number 8 on the other, so we'll see. Usually those Amazon ones don't say OS on them. Even throw the HPI pipe back on, see what it does. There. Grab my half-ass test stand. Haven't used it for a while. Sorry, that's probably loud in your guys' ear. I keep forgetting I got the headset on. This is my test stand. This is just an old T-Max chassis plate with some legs that has a big block mount in it that I can use. But this should tell me what I need to know, whether it's going to flash up or not. I don't think I'd want to run anything too high performance on this stand, but it does work. Now, exhaust line. This is an old Jamin fuel tank. The air filter's clear. There. Throw a rag under there just to catch some of the schmoo. There. think we'll run a little bit of high oil stuff in there just to try it. Yeah, you're right, Raw. That one-way bearing may only work once. I don't know. We will find out. Whew. You can turn that idle up a smidge. Come on. Grab my temp gun. That's pretty good. Idle's pretty solid. $200 degrees. Yeah, fans on. Get on that idle switch. 50. A little hot. Take you guys to the run stand so I don't gag myself to death. $230. Not bad. I'm pretty good for bits and pieces. Thanks, Raw. I appreciate it. You see if this will take some RPM. Oh, yeah. I think she might be a little rich. Of course, I left my stuff over here. Mm-hmm. Cold temperature good, Ross. So I don't think their tension's too bad. 232. And that's that shitty Badger fuel too. It's holding pretty good. See what we got now. Ouch. Oh, it's got good pinch. Yep. No, I think that's a runner. I think that's a runner. I'll let that smoke clear out for a minute. That's a success. Didn't think that would work. Worth a shot, though. Let that cool off over here. I'll let the fan run for a minute more. and that was a success. I'm glad you guys could be here for that. That was a complete crapshoot. We made a big dirty mess on my bench, but that was really cool and relatively uneventful. I will not even bother putting this one back together. I will have to find a baggie and just package all that crap up. Oh, hey, anybody that's looking for stuff too when they're doing buggies or anything else, I found these on Amazon the other day. Have a look. There's a bunch in stock right now. They're great. They're actually a really good pipe. They remind me of the old JP2 and JP3 jamming pipes. They're a great pipe. Nice hard body. They don't dent very easy. They come in a nice kit, spring-loaded header. There's some on Amazon for sale. Good price too. I think it's like $60. You'll have to let me know how that goes, Voodoo. I generally avoid Temu. I've never tried it. A little scared too. I've also wanted to try that Alibaba site, and I've never tried it either. So again, just too scared to be compromised. There's enough of that shit that goes on already. So there, bag that up. Oop, missed a screw. Glad I saved that engine. There. Hey, MR Audio, I don't think I've seen you here before. Well, thank you for coming. John, did you manage to stay on here, or did you bail for football? I don't know if you got a chance to see that engine run or not. If not, I'll text you later. I'm just going to turn that fan off now. So I'm not sucking all my heat out. Oh, and I got to remember I left the clutch nut on that thing. Like I said, welcome. We do this every week at about the same time. So we just kind of generally hang out, do some wrenching, maybe run some stuff, do some stupid shop roadies, things like that. The crank comes out of that one good too. It's good to remember. Put that back in my clutch kit. Did everybody see, just out of curiosity, how I took the sleeves out of those engines with the piece of wire? I don't know. Everybody does things way differently. Everybody does their own way. Some people buy the fancy sleeve removal tools and stuff, and I do mine slightly different than everybody else, but I'm just a different kind of dude. So what I use is this is just a piece of automotive wire, just a piece of 10 gauge, coated, multi-strand wire. And then all I do is I just feed it inside. Once you get the head button off, you feed it down and just poke it into the exhaust port, just slightly, because this is all nice and soft. And then you grab hopefully you do it before you take the flywheel off, and then you turn the flywheel with this jammed in there, and it'll push the piston and rod will push the sleeve out. And if you get one that's super duper sharp, you just make sure you see how it's all mashed on the other end here. That's what happens. And then if you get one that's really sharp, you push it in the exhaust port and you push it in an intake port, or put it sideways across. You might have to do it a couple times till you find the least sharp portion of the sleeve, and then as you turn it, it'll push the sleeve out. And then this, like I said, is the world's cheapest tool. Everybody's got a roll of that shit kicking around. I've tried the zip tie way, and every time I just get the zip ties to not cut. I've tried lots of ways with the zip ties, so I found that works the best, and it doesn't score the piston or the sleeve. Yeah, just make sure that if you get a really stubborn one, that you clean it out after you're done, because it'll have a few copper strands in there. Even if you miss them, the worst thing that's going to happen, I've screwed this up, is the pieces of the little copper strands will get sucked up by the glow plug, and it'll foul your glow plug. So because it just shorts the glow plug out as cross, but it does, it, like I said, world's cheapest tool, and it comes on a roll, so it works really good. But you guys watched it. I did it 3 times, 4 times sitting here, and it works. It works pretty good. If anybody wants to see it again, just rewind the video and you can see me do it. It's pretty slick. You just feed it in there, turn it. That's why that one engine you see me grab that clutch nut, because I had to turn the flywheel. I mean, I would like to. Yeah, exactly. Battery terminal puller for the flywheels. I still do it the old school way with the back end of a screwdriver and just give it a good crack, and it usually comes off. But yeah, it does work really good. So um, I'm looking forward to, like I said, and maybe next week I'll organize these bits and pieces, and we'll do some test fitting on this chassis, and make sure see if I can find and dig through my stuff and see if I can find some other colors other than some gold for this. And then we'll also take this out, service the diffs and everything else. And then we got to redo some screws on the bottom here, because some guy got, there's some Robertson screws in there, there's some flat blade screws in it. There's a dog's breakfast of shit in this thing. So, I mean, it should be, it's kind of a sin really to see something go that bad, but it'll be nice when it's done. Then obviously I'll just buy new servos for it instead of messing with that junk. So I see it's close to 4 o'clock. I've almost been at this for 3 hours now, or 2 hours now. So don't scratch the chest. Yeah, that's the other nice thing, Compass. I don't think I need to worry about scratching that old bad boy. But it's funny, because I've got some that are scratched up way worse than that thing, that have been run lots, and that thing's not that scratched. But I do appreciate everybody coming, and I appreciate the new people that I haven't seen before. Yourself, MR Auto, and a couple other people that I've seen on here today. It's been great. Again, Sorry for looking like Britney Spears with the headset on, but I figured it was a better way that you guys could hear me and not get drowned out by the sound of the engines when I'm running stuff. I mean, if you guys choose, I can always turn these off at any time so you guys can hear things. But other than that, everybody just, like I said, have a great work week. Everybody keeping on, and we'll meet again next Sunday for those of you that are interested in joining, and we'll all chat soon. Looking forward to it. I look forward to these every Sunday. Everybody have a great weekend. Don't work too hard. Hopefully you get paid lots and don't do fuck all. Okay. Everybody have a good one.